Back in 2014, I'm going through a tough transition in life. A lot is going on. I don't know what the future looks like. I'm 23 at the time, moving back into my dad's house. Lost everything. You know what I'm saying? I was living with a girl at a time, me and her going through a breakup, and things just gets crazy. And then fast forward a year later in 2015, when things started looking up for me and I dropped my first winning product, which was, you know, the Uzi bomber jacket and stuff like that, and things started changing, I started to get back outside because I'm like, oh, I can chill a little bit, and I'm gonna need to make a video on that, like just never be complacent ever. But I started getting complacent after like finding this winning product, and that's how I fell into, you know, my child's mom's lap, I guess you can say. When me and her first met, it was during that time. And me and her being together for, you know, 5-6 years or whatever it was a crazy time because she was actually there at the beginning. You know, like I'm doing pop-up shops where I'm from. I'm sitting there, you know, counting a few $1,000s every single night. She's counting it with me on my bed. You know what I'm saying? Like helping me count up my inventory, just being a huge support to me at the beginning. You know what I mean? Once we had our child, you would think things would get better, but it actually got worse. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of me and her relationship just for the respect out of her, but things just started going even down a deeper decline. And it was a lot because of like past things that have happened. But for the most part, it was that me and her both couldn't alter our identities. We were both living in the identity of like 5 years prior, but that's the past and there's nothing that we can do about that. So we was living more so in the past rather than being the newest versions of ourselves in the present. So things got crazy. Like she seen it all, you know what I'm saying? Like she was there when I made my first 10K month. She was there when I made my first 50K month. She was there when I made my first 100K month. She was there with me literally from 2015 to 2021. You know, me and her were together on and off, but overall we were together. But it got crazy at the end because I was going through this war myself, you know what I mean, of an ending but a new beginning. You know, when my son was born in 2019, I had to really look at myself in the mirror, and a lot of things I was trying to change. And my brand used to be called LXRD, and then I changed it to LORD, nose, just regular. And that was a huge thing for a lot of people on the internet back then, for the people that's within my space. And it was like, why the hell did he just change the name? But all I did was change a letter. But the reason why I changed that, because like I said, I was going through war within myself. Like I just wanted a new beginning when my son was born. I just wanted a whole new identity and leave the past behind, you know? And obviously it was almost like I restarted my whole entire brand because I was literally at the pinnacle of LXRD when I changed the name. So it was almost like I was restarting over a whole entire new brand with people buying into, you know, the LORD nose. So it was just like pivotal times that I was going through. But my child's mom, you know what I'm saying? Like the girl I was with, the girl that I procreated with, she was there throughout the whole entire thing. You know, I'm seeing people, they coming and then they going. I see myself just maintaining my compounded vehicle, you know what I'm saying, of what I've done throughout over the years. And I can probably speak on this for her. Like, obviously it was a huge inspiration to her because she's with a dude that didn't know shit about nothing. She seen me at my dad's house at my lowest points, like sitting there 5-10 hours a day on the computer trying to figure it out. Me learning how to graphic design, me going to my cousin's sticker shop, sitting up in there for hours, like just trying to figure out this whole entire thing. And then when I got it to figure out, life was cool. But at the same time, obviously me and her had personal issues within our relationship, like I said, from the past. But it was just like once I hit that restart and once I did this restart within myself, I started to realize like a whole bunch of things. One of the core tenets that I learned within that time was the person that I was then isn't the person I am now. And I don't even know if I really see a future with this person, just due to the simple fact, you know what I'm saying, that my whole entire identity has changed, you know. And if you haven't seen my other videos in the past when it comes to women and me dealing with women on my journey of running a brand, you can click on my channel and I'm sure that you will find a video. But one of my core tenets is that you always got to remember, to make any relationship work, there has to be the mission, the vision, and the lifestyle. It all has to align. Even with friendships, like if you got a homie right now and y'all got the same mission mission in life of success and, you know, health, wealth, love, and happiness with family and romance and with self and all these other things. And then y'all got the same core values when it just comes into the world. But if y'all lifestyles ain't aligned, yeah, y'all gonna keep each other company, but sooner than later, y'all gonna bump heads. So that's basically the best way that I can describe me and her relationship. We was basically not aligned in all areas. And then we started to clash heads because who I was in 2015 when I met her ain't the same person that I am today. You feel me? And vice versa, even with her, she probably feels the same way. Like, I thought that this was the person that was for me, but it wasn't. There was, you know, a time where I took like a major loss within like my company, and it was like a major loss. I remember her sitting there one day, like asking me like what happened and all this other stuff. And me and her was having issues. Just to give you context, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to just like my son and, you know, the bullshit, like the baby mama and the baby daddy drama, like we was going through that. But then I had to go to her like, yo, like shit just got fucked up, like some fucked up stuff just happened with my brand on the back end. And I'll make a story about that and tell y'all what happened as well. But she was like, damn, for real? Like that happened? Like you took this kind of loss, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, next thing you know, me and her like completely got to this big argument. Me and her officially broke up. And then 2 months later, I'm seeing her with another dude when I'm at the lowest point probably in my life. You get what I'm saying? Like just due to certain things that were just going on within the brand and other things too that was happening in my personal life. And one of my closest cousins, like he getting paralyzed. It was like all this shit that was just happening back to back to back to back. But then she's over here and then she just bunny hops over to a new dude. And this isn't to like get on her or like diss her or anything. I'm not making this video to, you know, bash her, nothing like that. Because obviously this is my child's mom. But I just looked at the whole situation like when you fall off, like a woman will monkey branch and find the next winner. And that's just what it is. You feel me? Like I'm thinking in my head, like, damn, this person gonna, you know, not hold down the fort and be with me, but at least like understand my situation. But women ain't built like that. You know what I mean? Like as soon as I hit rock bottom, it was almost like she couldn't believe in me no more. She couldn't trust in me because like I'm coming to her like, yo, I just took this loss on X, Y, and Z. And then next thing you know, we get into a big argument. And then that leads into, you know, her having a boyfriend like 2 or 3 months later. But obviously I just looked at it as laughable, but there was a huge lesson that I learned within that. And the lesson is that whenever you having issues as a man, regardless if you running a clothing brand or you trying to just start up any kind of business, just always remember that when times get hard, and when a man is damn near about to go back down to ground zero, and especially if this woman was even with him when he was even at the top or even a little bit, even hitting a 10K month or a 5K month, 15K month, and then he's about to lose all of that, they eyes start altering to other people. Now, I know that you might be on this like, oh, my girl's not gonna do that, bro. She's loyal and X, Y, and Z. There might be some truth to that, but we can look at the greatest men, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to business and success and all of that. Jeff Bezos, fucking richest man on the planet, Elon Musk, like all their women left them when they hit ground zero, you know what I'm saying, in some type of regard, or they left them even when they were at the top. So even when you sitting there trying to grind up to the top, everybody always asks me like, what, should I break up with my girlfriend because me and her are arguing, but I'm trying to start this brand or I'm trying to start this. And this is just the flat out best and most simplest advice that I can just give to you. If the mission, if your values, and if your lifestyle doesn't align, you need to break up with her just right now, because you're not going to change anybody, right? And if you want a woman to build with you, and if you want a woman that's going to be there for you in the future and that's going to really stay loyal to you, don't date her for the person that you are right now, because I'm assuming that you watching this video because you obviously trying to grow as a person and you trying to grow your business and stuff like that. Date her as the nigga that you about to be 5-10 years from now. Because 5-10 years from now, would you even be dating this girl right here in this moment? And this is when you be real with yourself, and 80% of the time, it's a no. And that's why I'm just basically showing you how I got dropped once I quote unquote fell off. And obviously I built the brand back up and everything like that. But when I fell off hard on the back end that a lot of people don't know about with my brand, that's when the switch up came. But at the same time, rather than being bitter, I almost looked at it like, well, would I even be with this person? You know what I'm saying? 5-10 years out when I am at the higher version of myself than where I'm currently at right now. And on top of that, does the mission, does the values, and does the lifestyle align? And last but not least, I'm gonna give you this last gem. You always just want to look at your stat sheet. Is this person making me better or is this person making me worse? Once you ask yourself those three things, you will come to clarity real quick if this is the person that's going to be for you in the future and the one that's going to be really loyal to you, or you fall into the realms of the bullshit that happened to me. And when shit got sticky, motherfuckers is bouncing. Click.